But when I left him, the first part I was saying, like, God was like, leave him. And I'm like, God, that's my baby daddy. My mama only got, and I'm comparing my life to her life. I came from a mom that's been saved since she was 12. I've been married to the guy that she first had, sexual relations with. So I'm comparing my life to her, and I'm like, I'm going to be messed up. If I leave this guy, I got 2 kids with him, my mom's going to be very disappointed. So I stayed in that relationship, and as God kept saying, leave him, I said, okay, God, I'm going to leave him, but on my terms. So God showed me, he always dealt with me with dreams and visions. So God showed me him killing me. So I thought I got smart. I said, oh, all right, everything in the house that he can kill me with, I'm going to hide it. So I hid all the knives, anything sharp, anything that.
Hold up. God showed you that this man was going to kill you. And you said, okay, I'm just going to hide everything?
I said I was going to hide everything.
How many people have been in this situation where it's kind of like a denial? Yes. Where you're like, well, I can manage that, God. Mm-hmm. I still won't do what you told me to do, but I'll just fix everything else that might lead up to what you told me. So continue, okay.
So I caught myself hiding everything, and the trauma part wasn't the physical abuse, but the mental. And to this day, even still, I'm dealing with those things mentally. I was reading in the Bible that year that a broken spirit is worse than a broken bone, a broken leg, because those are things that you can recover from, where they put 6 weeks times on a broken leg. They put times on it. But there are children and people that are still trying to recover from words that have been spoken over their lives from childhood. So I said, oh my God, how am I going to leave him now? So I decided to, listen to God and leave. And when I left him in 2012, I ended up getting saved on the side of my bed. But not even then, I wasn't, I didn't tell God he can use me or anything. I just said, okay, I'm going to get saved, get my life together. In 2015, so I'm fast forward, you guys, 2015. 2014 led out, and God said, I'm about to renew your mind. So I'm all excited. I'm like, God is about to renew my mind. I'm going to be everything that people used to prophesy on me and tell me how God called me. And I'm like, this is it. January 15, 2015, I was pregnant with twins. I didn't know that I was going to die. The doctors told me, ma'am, you're not going to live. You've already bled out. The baby that was in your tube has burst. So now I'm like, God, I said yes to you, and now you're going to take me away? And here's the enemy like, oh yeah, this is it. You lived this happy life. You left him, and now God's going to just fail you, let you die. So me and the doctors went inside of the opera, and it's good. Follow your first mind. My grandma always told me follow my first mind. Had I listened to my mother, I would have been dead. My mom's like, oh, it's just gas. And some say, no, this ain't just gas. So I got up, got dressed, took a shower, and I'm driving myself to the hospital. Mind you, I'm in excruciating pain. Drove myself to the hospital. The hospital I went to did not specialize in childbearing. They saw a baby, but they didn't know that babies can make it in your tubes. So these people, the enemy really wanted me to die that day, y'all. So as I'm passing out, I said to the nurse, I said, ma'am, I'm going to die. And I remember watching a story on TLC that said most patients that say they're going to die. So now it's like something hit like, uh-oh, you're about to die. You just said what these other people say. So I told her, I'm like, I can't be here. I'm about to die. So I'm telling the nurse I'm about to die. She ended up saying, well, ma'am, I'm going to help you as much as I can. She ended up giving me a clearance to go to another hospital. I go to the next hospital. My doctor that I called was there because they're so used to me being so bubbly and happy. So she said something, the secretary said the doctor was golfing. She's like, something in my spirit told me to call him. So she called him. He ended up meeting me at the hospital, and he said, you know what, your tube's bust, but I don't know if I can save your life. So he's like, I need you to call your family. I'm like, no, if I'm going to die, I'd rather die by myself. My mom going to be so hurt. It's my daddy's birthday. I'm like, I can't lay this on my family. So I'm trying to carry this by myself. I'm like, I'm about to die. I don't even think about the kids at this point. I'm just thinking about, this is over. Go inside of the operation room, and I live. So now I'm like, okay, God, I promise I'm going to do everything you told me to do. I'm going to go out. I'm a minister. I'm going to do your will, God. You allow me to live. I'm going to do this. I didn't know that after I survived that the enemy was going to attack my mind. Wow. So the day that I survived is also the day that I really died in my flesh. So 2 weeks, now I'm excited. 2 weeks after I died, here's the enemy. You're going to die. You're going to die. And my heartbeat would start to. So I'm like, what is going on? So I go back to the doctor. They say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. I was literally driving from hospital to hospital to hospital. This person would say nothing's wrong with you, but I'm like, but I feel it. Something's wrong with me. I'm about to die. So I go to another hospital. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And I'll never forget, I don't know if you guys know Pastor Bernica Hicks. She was really in my corner. And she reached out to me on Facebook and she said, Jahquiera, I want to pray with you. And she prayed with me, and I told her what I was experiencing. She was like, listen, if you call those people, and I started calling 911 anytime I would feel gas. Now that I know it was gas, but at the time I thought I'm dying. Because here's the enemy in my mind telling me I'm going to die, and I'm physically feeling this. So the last hospital I go to, they say, you have anxiety. I'm like, what? What is that? So I Googled the word anxiety, which made it even worse. When you Google things, I'm telling you, you will really think